It was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
Hello, my name is Tenjiro Kumani. I'm 25 years old. I'm doing modeling and I'm a stylist as well.
Hi, my name is Tando. I'm a 23-year-old Cape Town citizen. I currently own a juice business. I'm a freshly squeezed juicer.
My name is Tintla Moiketsi. I am an entrepreneur and I do craft work and I'm a hairstylist and I'm a feminist.
Hi, my name is Unati. I'm an artist, entrepreneur. I'm also a gardener.
A lot of people have lost their identity.
Yeah.
Our parents know where they come from. They'll tell you that they come from a certain rural village or their parents came from there, but they've been there. Whereas for us, most of us are now born in the cities. We haven't experienced what the rural life is like. We haven't had the time, to learn the ways of our forefathers and even our fathers and how they grew up. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we need to not stray from our identity. Our cultures need to be practiced even on our grandsons, even on the future. You get what I mean? Because that's where the bloodline lies.
But now how are we going to stray from it if we were not taught anything about it at all?
Hence I am saying that it needs to be instilled in children. They cannot lose their identity. We need for it to be instilled at a young age and not having kids learn Western ways growing up.
Yeah.
For us Xhosa men, because I, for one, am a Xhosa man, a proud one. And nowadays, you will get certain people that will go do their cultures of going through circumcision at a hospital because they weren't taught, or not really taught, they weren't assured that it is a safe practice. Everyone has their own opinion of what circumcision is.
But that's not the only reason why some people don't do it. It's how these kids come back when they come from the bush. I mean, well, we obviously don't know what they're being taught there. We don't know what our great-grandfathers were being taught there. But clearly, it's different now. Because they come back disrespectful. They feel like they are men and they can't be told what to do and what not to do. And they're very disrespectful. Now, how do you deal with that? That's not the only reason why they don't. It's not because they were not taught. Some just do it to protect themselves.
Okay, but to add on that, there's this documentary that I once watched about Xhosa men going to the bush and what can I say? Whoever who's doing whatever we don't know what is being done there, but it involves some cutting, right? And then these guys, I think it was three of them. They came back with no penises. Like, how is it safe? And again, how they sleep there. Some of them, they come back dead. You do realize that.
Okay, guys, I do agree with both of the points that you guys are making, but I also think that there are valid reasons why a man should go there.
Yeah.
Not just for gaining respect and being able to do whatever you want to do as a person, but also, like for instance, right, as a Xhosa man, if you haven't been, circumcised the whole traditional way, with the way that your forefathers did it, then you cannot have the same family meetings. You understand what I mean? You don't have the authority to even have an opinion when it comes to family meetings. You don't have certain authorities even in the household. You know what I mean? Why I say this is because that was how back in the day the pride of a man, or how a man was judged, by going through a certain practice that has now made him transform into another being. And there was respect glued to that with dignity as well. But obviously now, in today's day and age, we have accepted a lot of Western cultures. And that makes us not want to respect our own cultures. So it is an individual thing. Not all children now are doing that. Well, not all young men are doing the circumcision tradition just to get authority of being able to do what they want to do, but because of what it does for them in their own culture and what it means.
Okay, but now what's the difference between a man that went to the bush and the one who didn't?
The reason why he went to the bush.
And what is that?
Yeah, but you see, I hear you. However, you see, you find everything is getting worse. For us black people, everything is getting worse politically, culturally. With all of that respect that is there and all of that, things from that angle of culture and tradition of men who have followed it, there hasn't been changes in terms of how we live, in terms of how women are treated.
Exactly.
So for me, I question it. Well, I come from a background where, I came to Cape Town and then you find all these Rastas, right? And they refuse to practice, for example, to go to the bush, and they are forced and they are, they are like brutalized and forcibly circumcised. First of all, what kind of a man would do that? A man who has gone through, a passage of manhood. It's very interesting because then you want to ask, are these really African cultures? Are they really African cultures?
Are they?
And you want to, but then, it's difficult to argue with the elders because they don't want to listen. They say, when we were born, we found things like this. So they just tag along with it without questioning. So no
and
curiosity.
With also like with our generation, right? I feel like we are the most curious generation. We feel like what can I say? We have other things that we believe in that they did not believe in, but like it's stuff that makes sense to us that won't really make sense to them. You get me? Everyone has an opinion. It doesn't matter you're a man, even a boy, even a 4-year-old boy has an opinion, and it's important. I don't see why you have to go all the way to the bush in order for your family to take you seriously.
Yeah. The same thing with lobola. I will never be able to understand lobola, no matter how much I try to put my head around it. No matter how much it's justified in any way, it is abuse. It's a very terrible method of keeping a woman and owning a woman.
Yes.
Guys, just before we go, we pass these 2 points. Again, I think the practice itself, even circumcision and even lobola, the practice itself has a true meaning behind it, but it's what we have turned it out to be that has changed the whole idea of going through circumcision or even paying lobola. Because right now you're probably thinking lobola is just paying a certain amount of money to a family to have that woman as your wife and now she's doing what she wanted to do. No, it's nothing like that. Right now lobola has turned into money, like a transaction, like hardcore money, cash, whereas it used to be cows. You get what I mean? This is us showing you, giving you something. Like your cows used to be your sign of appreciation. Like if you appreciated someone, even if people were nomads and they used to travel from one village to another seeking shelter. What people used to do when they used to host those people and accommodate them, they used to slaughter a sheep to show, a form of appreciation.
Okay, but so you do realize cows were appreciation then. Money is appreciation now.
That's what I'm saying. The idea has changed, but the practice itself still has a meaning and it still remains the same. It is us how we have evolved.
How I understand it is that
the idea itself.
How I understand it is that back in the day when if you two were getting married, your family and and his family would give something. They would give cows, they would give something, some sort of wealth, because you guys are getting together officially, traditionally, culturally, starting a home. So then you get it's a support. Now it's coming from the men's side only. It's no use for us to talk about what it used to be.
Yeah.
It's not it now. Yeah. So how do we deal with it now? Because I'm telling you, as a guy, we're talking about these things happen in our society and culture is supposed to bring us together. But this thing is destroying young black men as well. because you're working in the conditions where we come from, and you want to be somebody, you want to get a woman, you want to settle, you want to be somebody, and then you can't just get a woman to, no matter how you fall in love with this woman, there'll always be that thing that will be like an X behind you as a man, you know, so to make you feel small, that you didn't pay lobola.
How fair
You
is
can't
that?
afford lobola, and that lobola, when you work hard for it, you pay, who do you pay? You pay some uncle who's a drunk, you know what I
And
mean?
what about men that have no skills or whatsoever? You fall in love, and because you have no skill to make any sort of money, you cannot get married to the love of your life because you cannot afford lobola.
But,
How
ask this
fair is
question.
that?
Lobola is also a sign of, as a father, I'm about to be a father as well soon, right? So if I had to happen to have a daughter, I'm actually expecting a son, but if I had to have a daughter, I would want to know what kind of man is going to be taking care of my daughter. Because you're taking my daughter out of my care, out of my protection, out of my guidance, and what are you showing that you are actually able to take care of this this daughter of mine the same way that I have? So lobola is just another form as well of, if this guy can do this, then he is capable of taking care of my daughter. Tell me, if you had a daughter, would you allow any guy off the street and to come and want to marry your daughter, and your daughter's now going to be removed?
First of all,
from
I don't
your-
need some sort of material appreciation
Yes.
to know that a man is going to take care of my child. I observe and analyze the man. That's why we've got brains.
Yes.
How is somebody bringing some sort of cows or money? How is that like calming you down, that letting you know that this man is going to take care of my child? How do you know that when you are not around, he reminds her every day that he bought her? Because that's what happens. Our great-grandmothers went through that. Our grandmothers went through that. Women are still going through that till today. But it is justified and it's wrong.
Would it make it better, right, if both parties had to pay a certain...
I was actually gonna go on that point. My brother, my eldest brother,
Yes.
when he got married, he was getting married into a royal family, of which they are very strict about their traditions or whatever. And unfortunately, my father is very modernized, and it took a very long time because there was a debate about the whole lobola thing, and my dad was saying, I am not going to give you the lobola, and the family was saying, but you need to give it. And my dad said, the only time I will take the money out is if it's put in some sort of account for the couple, not for the family.
Yes. Thank you so much. Because I've seen this, like people going broke before they get married. Because the guy has to work this long because he is in love with this woman that he cannot marry because he cannot afford her, right? Now, the guy is going to work so hard for so many years for him to take whatever that he saved up to go and give to the family of the woman that he loves, right?
Yeah.
And then now they married. How they struggle. It's sad. I've seen
It
this.
destroys us, black men, like I said. It destroys us.
It
It
does.
ends, hence it destroys a black society. Because nowadays, because this is the situation we have nowadays, it destroys us because a lot of us run away from marriage.
Yeah.
Because it's too complicated. It's got money involved. It's got nothing to do with love. And then we become, it perpetrates the stereotype.
Yeah.
We just
But
make
according to my
babies, we can't
understanding
get
as well.
married. I mean, in a great deal, it does
Yeah.
that.
Do you know,
Instead of
in countries like
doing that.
Zimbabwe, for one, okay, you are saying it's some sort of appreciation, that's fine, okay? But in Zimbabwe, children, small girls, were bored before they could even talk. By the time they're 13 years old, they already have somebody that they're married to because that family has paid for them. How is that appreciation? How do you appreciate a child that can't even talk?
My dream is to travel the world and have a home where I'll be surrounded by anything natural.
My dream is to just bring a different kind of human being to this earth, which is my son. I want to give him the most, valid information that he could ever wish for.
My dream is to remind our society and our system the importance of women.
My dream is to help build black people's self-esteem and self-awareness, and help also build the black economy.
Yeah, Z, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.